How's it going, everybody? AZPlow21 back again with another episode of WMMA 5 here in our UFC save. And here today we have UFC on ABC, MASVIDAL versus Edwards. Main event, fight that's kind of been like a year or two in the making. Jorge Masvidal taking on Leon Edwards in the welterweight division. Of course, a little bit of beef between the two of these guys. So Leon Edwards and Masvidal both getting a win on the Masvidal versus Till fight card, and then Masvidal, punching him, giving him the 3-piece and a soda. Co-main event, Anthony Johnson taking on Alexei Oleinik. After that, Vicente Luque versus Santiago Ponzinibbio in a fight that I think would be great in real life. Certainly should be here today. Ray Borg, John Dodson, Gastelum versus Uriah Hall, and Venom Page versus Court McGee. So a pretty stacked card here today. Glad you guys are able to join me. All of our, broadcasters are taken care of, all of our emails and whatnot. So all we have to do is go right along to the fight card. Let's get it going. Show's taking place in Ohio. Nobody's birthplace, just wanted to take a fight card up there. So let's go ahead and get it started. UFC on ABC, Masvidal versus Edwards. A couple of years in the making. Julian, I didn't update the game and it works fine. Now, when you say update, Julian, do you mean like update as in like the patch? Because the patch itself shouldn't be $34. The game itself is $34, but the patch should be just a free download on the Grey Dog forums. But you do want that patch. George is a cheap shot and coward. Yeah, I mean, it's not very professional to go punching people backstage. Talk crap all you want, but not the best look. Hope you guys are all having a great Thursday. What have you guys been up to today? First prelim of the night, Martin Bushkamp taking on Charles Rosa. Rosa coming off a pretty good win in real life. He's a small underdog here against Bushkamp. And he gets the win via split decision. A big win for Charles Rosa. And that's actually his first fight on this save. So good for him. Able to get a win there. Up next, Antonio Nogueira taking on Ed Herman. On the prelims, no less. But hey, Big Nog's gotta get a fight in too. 23-10, 44 years of age. You would imagine he's getting pretty close to the end here. Ed Herman, the same thing, really. 24-15-1, taking on 23-10. And Minotauro Nogueira gets the win here today. And let's see if he and Ed Herman both retire. Nogueira does retire. F's in the chat for Minotauro Nogueira retiring from the sport after a win over Ed Herman. I doubt we'll be able to bring him back. I wish I could have made the stream yesterday. Me and Eric were recording an episode. Oh, that's awesome, man. Nah, it's all good. It was just pride. It's not like it was the UFC save or anything. But, I always do appreciate you guys coming in for streams, especially when I'm streaming, little things. I've been kind of dabbling in other, like video games and whatnot. I've really been getting enjoyment out of playing the SpongeBob video game that was just released. So, I mean, if you guys want to watch me play that, by all means, I'm there. I've been playing Destroy All Humans. Basically, I'm just sad and I want to relive my childhood. So that's basically what I'm doing right now. It is what it is. All right. In the bantamweight division, King Cage, Devontae Smith taking on Jack Grant. Devontae Smith, 11-2, a huge favorite over Jack Grant, who's 15-4. And Devontae Smith gets the win via split decision. Had a win over Bogatov, and now with a big win over Jack Grant. And he would like to fight Austin Hubbard next. Interesting call out. Light heavyweight division time. Alexa Kamur taking on Kenneth Berg. Tyler, how's it going, my man? Glad you could join us. Alexa, 6-0, taking on Berg. Both guys undefeated. Berg with a draw or no contest to his name, I should say. Berg, the slight favorite at -250. Actually, that's not even slight. If you're -250, that's a pretty big favorite. An inch taller. And Alexa Kamer comes out on top via knockout in round number 1. Still undefeated at 7-0. Now 2-0 in the UFC after getting a win over Justin Ledette. So someone to look out for here in the light heavyweight division. Alexa Kamer, charismatic interviewee. Got Anderson Silva while he was on his legendary run, basically going to pay him $500,000. Hey, you got to do what you got to do, especially for someone like Anderson Silva, bringing in the big bucks, you know. Just hope he doesn't have any fights like the Maia fight, because, I mean, that wasn't a pretty fight. But Anderson Silva, that's a big get. What is his popularity at? Like, what was his popularity at when you signed him? Moving on, Ayaka Hamasaki taking on Alexandra Albu. Albu only 4-2, but she is coming off a win over Estela Nunes. So, I mean, as long as you keep winning, even if you have crappy records, I mean, you still get fights here. And Hamasaki making her UFC debut after a run in Ryzen and Invicta. 38 years of age, so not much time for Hamasaki. And this is basically a pick-em. Albu a slight favorite. And Hamasaki gets the win via unanimous decision, making her UFC debut. And she would like to fight Angela Lee next. That would be a pretty interesting fight, honestly. Have that in like China or, you know, an Asian country. Veronica Macedo taking on Lara Procopio in the bantamweight division. Macedo, a huge favorite here. And Procopio gets the win via unanimous decision. So I think she took a loss in her last. No, she won. So 2 straight wins now for Lara Procopio. And you'd imagine she's probably going to be ranked once we update the rankings after this fight card. And she says she would like to fight Tracy Cortez. Up next in the bantamweight division, Sarah Cheesecake Morris taking on Julia Avila. Morris, the favorite at -350 despite her crappy record. And Morris gets it done. Beats Julia Avila via unanimous decision. Fight rated as being good. I mean, she's number 13 in the division. Coming off win over Eubanks, lost to Betch Correia, but now a win over Julia Avila. 8-6 now her record. Give some respect to Avila. As we move right along, in the flyweight division, Ryan Benoit taking on Will Campazano. 11-6 taking on 16-6. Campazano, pretty good favorite here. And Campazano does get the win via unanimous decision. Ranked at flyweight, you'd imagine he might go up a little bit. He's now on a 3-fight winning streak. He would like to fight Naoki Inoue next. All right, almost towards the end of the prelims. Tagir Ulanbekov taking on Askar Askarov. 11-1-1 taking on 12-1. Couple of Russian prospects here. Ulanbekov the favorite, and he gets the win. Submission via armbar in round number 3. And I mean, that was his debut UFC fight, so good for him. All right. Apparently he has some natural charisma. Good for him. Gluttony just bought TEW 2020. That's a lot of hours you're going to be putting into that game. I'm thinking about doing a stream for TEW soon. The only thing is you have to like dedicate so much time to that game. I mean, it takes like an hour, like minimum, like just to book a fight card, like just to book one card, you know, like if you're running a WWE save, like that's like 10 hours down the drain for like 1 week. It'd be easy to do like New Japan, which is what I think I would probably end up doing. It'd be super easy because all you got to do is book the fights, not necessarily like angles, you know. Last of the prelim fights, Brandon Moreno goes head-to-head with Jordan Espinosa. Moreno, Espinosa, ranked flyweights. Moreno, a slight favorite. And Espinosa gets the win via split decision. So a good win for him. Average rated fight. And basically saving his job there because he was on a 3-fight losing streak. Good for him. Getting a win there, Jordan Espinosa. Not quite sure. We were both just in the moment, but he will for sure be a part of the greatest show and will hopefully not suffer from any drug issues. All right. All right, so main card is underway, and it's a debuting star in Michael Venom Page as he takes on Court McGee. You can see he's a huge favorite at 18-1. And we're kind of just setting him up to do good here as he takes on Court McGee. Court, a veteran of the Octagon, coming off 3 straight losses. Low-level national. So, I mean, a loss here could be bad for him, but he could just retire after a loss also. Gluttony has Page, and I mean, with good reason. 18-1. His only loss, of course, coming to Douglas Lima. But have you guys seen the video of him getting knocked out by Douglas Lima? Just ridiculous. And then he hammer fists him at the end, too. Yikes. Alrighty. 18-1, Michael Venom Page. Low-level national in Britain. High-level regional here in America. Surely with a win here, that will go up. And Michael Venom Page wins via unanimous decision. So went all 3 rounds with Court McGee, but a good win for him nonetheless. He praises McGee for a tough fight. Alright, maybe we give him someone ranked next. Up next on this pretty stacked card, a couple middleweight ranked contenders. Kelvin Gastelum taking on Uriah Hall. Alright, Uriah Hall, 36 years of age, coming off a loss to Chris Weidman, but then a win over Antonio Carlos Jr. Kelvin Gastelum, coming off a win over Edmund Shabazian, but then a loss, TKO loss to Brad Tavares. Number 12 versus number 16, I think. Kelvin Gastelum, a pretty big favorite here. And Kelvin Gastelum gets the win via knockout in round number 2. Uriah Hall dipping to 16-11. Hope he doesn't retire here. He doesn't. Kelvin Gastelum, show of respect to his opponent. A big win for Kelvin. Up next in the bantamweight division, Ray Borg taking on John Dodson. Of course, Ray Borg, calling out of his last fight because I think he had some family issues, but Ray Borg has had quite a history of, calling out of fights and things like that. It's unfortunate because there was the time with the when Conor threw the dolly at the bus, he got like some shards of glass like stuck in his eye or something like that. And then, of course, his baby having some problems as well. Hope the best for him, but he's got to be able to make weight too because that's been a problem for him as well. And then John Dodson, number 15 ranked bantamweight, coming off a win over Cody Garbrandt, but then a loss to Uriah Faber. Borg, a big favorite here, and he gets the win via unanimous decision. So big win over John Dodson here for Borg, coming off wins over Yaya and Nathaniel Wood. Up next, in what I think should happen in real life, this would be a great fight in real life. Vicente Luque taking on Santiago Ponzinibbio in the welterweight division. This is a barn burner waiting to happen. In game, however, Luque coming off 2 straight wins over Nico Price and Ben Askren, number 8 welterweight, and Santiago Ponzinibbio, the number 10 ranked welterweight, coming off a win over Wonderboy Thompson, but a loss to Colby Covington. Vicente Luque is the favorite, and he gets the win. 3:46 into round number 3. Your winner via TKO, Vicente Luque. And Luque wants to fight GSP next. Interesting call out. He wants GSP. What do you guys think? Co-main event time. Anthony Rumble Johnson taking on Alexei Oleinik in the heavyweight division. Oleinik getting up there in age, 43 years old, still going at it. Coming off a win over Marcin Tybura and then a loss to Junior Dos Santos. I'd imagine another loss here, maybe a knockout loss, is probably going to be the end for Oleinik. Rumble Johnson, on the other hand, the number 3 ranked heavyweight in the world, number 4 in the UFC. Yeah, he did just call out GSP. He's coming off a win over Velasquez and a win over Verdum. Johnson, a slight favorite, and he loses. Alexei Oleinik with a rear naked choke victory. Wow, okay, so now, what was Johnson ranked at? He was number 3 in the division. I mean, does Oleinik get a title shot after this? He's coming off a loss to Dos Santos. I don't think that's because that's a big win, but I don't know. He might just retire right now, and then at that point, what does he think about retirement? Ooh, I mean, he won. Let's see what happens. Okay. Rumble Johnson losing via submission. It has happened before. We have to remember that. Both the times he fought DC, he lost via submission. Yeah. GSP comes out for Vicente Luque. Vicente, I am not impressed with your performance. You have to remember, I am fighting for the title. That is literally next week. So you are a great fighter. You know, I respect your game, but you will have to wait and see what happened, because more than likely I am going to win title. That was a terrible GSP impersonation. As we now approach, it was a split decision. That's a good point. Ponzinibbio is very game. All right, the main event of the evening. Jorge Masvidal taking on Leon Rocky Edwards. Who boy, in the welterweight division. Remember, these two guys, they've been going at it. I mean, they don't like each other. Jorge smacked him around a little bit. Rocky coming off that big loss to Michael Chiesa, then getting another win over Gunnar Nelson. Jorge Masvidal coming off the loss for the title to Usman, and then beating Nate Diaz in the rematch. Gluttony says Edwards via decision. He's a slight underdog. I think I'm going to go, the same route. I think I'm going to say Edwards via decision. He's training at American Kickboxing Academy. So he's training with Habib, and he's training with DC now. That's interesting. And, of course, Jorge at American Top Team. All right, main event time. Is he going to give him another 3-piece and a soda? Let's see. Herb Dean, your referee. You don't like to see Saul D'Amato as a judge there. Coming together and striking. Left jab, left cross. Both fighters getting at it. Ooh, boy. Uh-oh. Edwards already trying to advance him. Ooh. Ooh, Leon rocked Jorge. I mean, Leon does have knockout power. It just doesn't seem like he does, because he usually kind of fights his way towards decisions. Two fighters engage. Hits a right to the body. Last minute of the first 5-round fight, of course. Kick to the lead leg, and round number 1 is over. And it apparently went to Edwards. Both fighters in the center. Right cross. Nothing going on here. Halfway through round number 2. Left hook to the body for Edwards. Masvidal starting to get tired already in round number 2. Uh-oh. Hits the Masvidal with a leg kick. Leon is definitely winning this fight. Counterattacks, left cross. 1-2 combination. Jorge's past the peak age. Yeah, probably. But then again, I think it's random. I think it's randomized, like, at the beginning of every save. Like, people's potential, people's peak age, you know, things like that. But basically, it is between, like, 33 and 36. People's peak ages. Which means, I think John Jones is just reaching his peak, essentially. Coming together and striking. Second half of round number 3. Nothing really going on. And it looks like Edwards is winning this fight. You'd figure that someone would have gotten rocked by now. Uh-oh, Edwards going for a takedown. Masvidal stops it. Edwards going again, and he gets it. Third round, and Rocky gets the takedown. Round 3 comes to a close. It looks like it might have been all 3 rounds to Rocky. Roundhouse kick to the body. Both guys got to be tired, right? Especially considering Masvidal's had his body kind of worked by Edwards. Nice 1-2 combo. Solid left hand. We've now passed the halfway mark. Masvidal breathing hard. Both are breathing hard. Into a sloppy clinch. Dirty boxing from Jorge. Breaking free. Last minute of round number 4. Uh-oh, Masvidal's cut under his eye. Edwards is looking at the clock. He's tired. Ooh, Masvidal probably has to get a stop to win. Ooh, boy. Is Rocky about to defeat Jorge after all the crap that he went through? Knee strike. Uh-oh, Masvidal going for a takedown, and he gets it. Interesting. Oh, so you're a wrestler now, huh? Halfway through round number 5. Oh, he's just stuck in guard. They get stood up with only a minute left to go. It looks like that might be it. Ragged clinch. Dirty boxing from Masvidal. He might win this round, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Edwards going for a takedown. He can't get it. Edwards very, very tired. Nothing doing. And that is the fight. It is a very good fight. And I think we know who the winner is. Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges score the contest 48-47, 48-47, and 49-46 for the winner by unanimous decision, Leon Rocky Edwards. The fight is rated as being good. Leon Rocky Edwards, after getting 3-pieced and a soda by Jorge Masvidal after all the crap talk, he gets a big win here today. I imagine he's going to be in the top 5, probably 1 win away from a title shot. Good for him. Jorge will still be very popular. He'll still be main eventing fight cards. But Leon, 1 step closer to that title. Gate of about 1 million, 4,000 in attendance. Popularity increases all around. We love to see that. All right, let's see. Fight of the night. Any fantastic fight, just a great fight. And, okay, we're going to go ahead and give it to that great fight. Ulanbekov and Askarov. And then let's see, performance bonuses. Any first-round finishes? Yep, Alexa Kamer. Congratulations, sir. You get $25,000. And let's see, any second-round finishes? Gastelum. That's about it, really. Alexei Oleinik. Let's give Alexei Oleinik performance bonus, beating Anthony Johnson. All right. Woo! Look at that. Look at that profit. A $3 million profit on a TV show. You love to see it. Highest paid fighter was actually Minotauro Nogueira, and he just retired. Interesting. You love to see it. Let's go and update our rankings, take a look at our emails, and then we'll set up shop. Of course, the next episode is the pay-per-view. And if you're watching on Twitch, I'm going to be advancing forward, and we're going to be doing the pay-per-view here on this stream. So if you can, stay tuned, because the pay-per-view is coming. 3 mil. I know. You love to see it. Also, for everyone watching on Twitch or YouTube, I'm in the process of trying to set up something so that way we could have like some sort of Discord call where we all talk about the fights that are going to be happening a weekend from Saturday. So I'm thinking of doing some sort of Discord call, you know? Yeah, RBM, that's a good point, that marketing. And RBM can tell you guys. I'm trying to get in contact with him and some of his guys because he's friends with another guy who plays WMMA 5. So we're trying to get together to, you know, talk a little bit about the fights, maybe stream a pay-per-view next weekend before the actual pay-per-view in real life. So I think that'd be really cool. Hope you guys would think that's cool as well. Well, it's Minotauro Nogueira. Yeah, he's the and that was only his second fight in the save, so he was still on his original contract. And we don't have to worry about him anymore anyways because he's retired. But yeah, RBM, DM me on Twitter or on here and let me know how you guys work the Discord call or Skype call or whatever you guys need to do, because that is something that I'm like really interested in. Because I think it'd be really cool to, you know, be able to engage with you guys even more. You know, not just, you know, here on chat, but everything else. All right, while this loads up real quick, I'm going to run an ad break. YouTube, you probably won't see it, but I'll be right back. All right, still loading up here. It's got a lot of things to load in. My laptop it's not been messed up, but it's been a little finicky today. And you have to remember, I'm doing all of this off a laptop. And it's worked just fine. You know, hopefully it doesn't explode one day while I'm doing this. But, you know, it'd be nice to purchase a gaming PC, of course. I think that'd be, you know, probably one of the ultimate goals. But, you know, doing something like that is quite an ask. And it's a pretty tall order as far as money is also concerned. It's not cheap. I think the specs that I'm looking for, it's running around like $1,400 minimum for everything that I would need for like editing videos, streaming, being able to play games, running a capture card, etc., etc. So that way I could also, you know, play my PS4 games, my Switch games, you know, on there as well. See if I can change this music. Man, still loading. Once again, hope you guys are having a great day. I went golfing today. Did 18 holes at around 6:40 a.m. It was not that hot. For people who don't know, I live in Arizona. It's obviously very hot here, but going at like 6 in the morning kind of helps. Just because instead of the 120-degree weather, it's kind of like at 95, you know, which still is very hot, but it's manageable for people like us who are used to like 95-degree weather. I know, RBM, I know you're in Texas, so you have to deal with probably even worse weather than I do, considering there's like actual humidity there. All right. Back at it. Let's go ahead and update our rankings first and foremost. Uh-oh. I just saw Alexei Oleinik to retire. He has one more fight. Should we give Oleinik a title shot? Should we give Oleinik a title shot just to kind of thank him for his services and whatnot? It'd be against John Jones, so I mean, what a way to retire, huh? Anyways, let's go and update our rankings. I mean, he's right up there. Curtis is fighting Stipe. And Dos Santos is fighting someone to be announced. Who is he fighting? Oh, he's fighting Tuivasa. Interesting. When is Oleinik back? So Oleinik's not back for 3 months. Oh, we live in South Dakota. The weather's awful up there. I'd imagine during the winter it's pretty bad, right? I don't know. I feel like he doesn't have... Anthony Johnson's a good win. Marcin Tybura, Maurice Green. I don't know. Do we give him a title shot for his last fight? Yeah, I think we do. So he's not back for a while, so we'll have to let the Blade Stipe, you know, stuff play out. But basically Oleinik right now is next in line. But if Blades wins, it's going to be him, then Oleinik. Oleinik's last fight will be for the title. Congratulations to him. All right. And then Anthony Johnson goes all the way down to number 9. Light heavyweight, nothing doing. But also, John Jones is fighting Dominic Reyes next. That's a thing that's happening. And he's back not for like a month and a half. But he's fighting Reyes next. At middleweight, Gastelum up to number 6. Hall down to number 14. At welterweight, Luque all the way up to number 4. Leon stays at 7. Masvidal moves down to 10. Ponzinibbio down to 13. Consistently inconsistent. You love to hear that. Lightweight, nothing doing. Featherweight, nothing doing. Bantamweight, Ray Bork moves up to number 8. John Dodson moves down to number 20. At flyweight, Espinosa up to number 13. Moreno down to 15. Ulan Bekov up to 16. Campazano up to 23. Nothing doing at featherweight. Bantamweight, Sarah Morris is up to 12. Macedo down to 25. Flyweight, Juliana Vasquez moves up quite a bit. That's because she won her fight in Bellator. And she's back in a little bit, so we'll be able to book her next time out. Strawweight, nothing doing. Kaylin Curran needs to be sent down to Invicta. And that's it. All right. Let's take a look at the news. Anybody that we can take a look at here? No, not you. No. Yeah, nothing really going on here. A lot of renewals we got to do, though. Ponzinibbio. Let's go ahead and renew this man's contract. Ooh, this guy who's 10-0. We want him. We're the only offer he's considering. That's good. KSW have approached Devontae Smith. Julia Avila. Give her an Invicta contract, but she'll stay up here. Lara Procopio. Same thing. And the thing I like about this is it locks them in, essentially. So whether or not they're losing, I can always just send them down to Invicta. It's different with male fighters because, you know, I don't want them to go on 4-fight losing streaks and still have to, you know, give them fights. Devontae Smith. He's not ranked somehow. Let's see. Ed Herman. Coming off a loss. Coming off 2 straight losses. He's low-level national. He's 40 years old. He'd be very expensive, though, so we're going to go ahead and cut him. Court McGee. Low-level national. 4-fight losing streak. Would be expensive. No, thank you. Say goodbye to Court McGee. Ryan Benoit. Is flyweight. We could use a couple more flyweights. Give him 1 guaranteed fight. And he doesn't like that. Fine, 2 guaranteed fights. Nog retired. Macedo. Hamasaki got injured. Oleinik will retire after his next fight. And then Page, we don't need him on our short list anymore. Alrighty. So that about does it for this episode. The next time I see you guys once again will be for UFC 259 Usman versus George St. Pierre. Live from Quebec, Canada. Take a look at the prelims here. Pretty stacked prelims. And then, of course, the main card. Kind of a weird main card again, but 3 really good fights to look out for. Dominic Cruz versus Corey Sandhagen in the bantamweight division. Uriah Faber versus TJ Dillashaw in the bantamweight division. And then Kamaru Usman versus GSP in the welterweight division. All right, I'm AZPlow21. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys as always. Be sure to leave a like on the video. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Be sure to follow me on Twitch. Come and check out a stream whenever I'm playing this game or any of the other ones. I'll see you guys later. See you at UFC 259.